That sprung forward a question
Yeah.
within me. What about when you have something that it feels like you must figure out? You have to figure it out. There's something on your Swiss cheese thing. You're dating someone that's married. You have someone in your house that you don't want in there. Something that feels like it has to be resolved. You have $400,000 worth of bills and $100,000 to pay them. What do you do then?
All right, so you're wanting to apply this same process because that's what sort of broke this loose for you.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take the same approach that we just took.
Okay.
Let's take all of the troubling, it's not best to say all of the troubling aspects. Let's say all of the dominant aspects of your life. So name them. What are they?
I have $400,000 in debt to pay off.
All right, so there's debt. What else?
I want a relationship.
All right, so there it is. What else?
Those are really the two main ones. I want to figure out how to do sales and marketing for one of my companies.
So I have businesses. I have more than one business.
Multiple.
I have multiple businesses, so we're putting them all on.
Okay.
I have a dominant relationship, but I have past relationships also that are still kind of dominant, and I have future relationships that are coming to focus. So I have relationship, at least 3 relationship. I have income, I have multiple sources of income, and I have debt. And so all of that sort of makes for a muddle of overwhelmment when you try to. Now, your inner being is cool with all of that. You're not. But there are some aspects of this that you are more at one with. So of those aspects, and if there are some we didn't mention, speak them now. But what is a fairly smooth, easygoing?
Yes. There is when I continually get invited to do things and I don't feel like I have enough money to do them because they're quite expensive, like go to Necker Island. It affects me because all my friends can afford to do these things.
Yeah, so there's stuff that I want to do, but what we're asking for is which of all of these aspects of your life, which is the smoothest flowing of them?
Relationships.
Which is the best running business you've got going?
Stickerjunkie.com.
So when you focus on Sticker Junkie, what are the predominant feelings that you have about it?
It's easy. I don't spend any time there. It just flows. It's set up really well. I have an amazing team.
All right. So in the same way that we encouraged our friend to only think about her sons, we're encouraging you for a while to only think about that.
Okay.
Or if there's something else that feels that way, think about that, because this is the premise that we want you to accept. Your inner being has an opinion about all of those things.
Okay.
And the way your inner being feels about every single one of them is the way you feel about Sticker Junkie.
Got it.
So if you use your willpower, use your ability to focus on the thing that feels the best to you. So when you think about business, that's where you go. When you think about business unfolding, that's where you go. When you think about business models, that's where you go. When you think about income, that's where you go. What happens is you begin training your vibration into something that works for you. And by working for you, we mean aligns you with power, aligns you with clarity, aligns you with source, aligns you with your resources. And what that means, it refuels you, it regenerates you, it brings clarity. The place that the ideas for the other businesses will come from is from that place that's already in alignment. You heard that? Yes?
I do. The thing that brings me the most in alignment, I just taught entrepreneurship at Harvard, and the thing that brings me most into alignment is being on the stage and teaching kids. That's why I'm creating these new platforms to teach.
All right.
So then think just about that.
So put that on there.
Okay.
And think about that. Feel about that. Feel the fun of that. So now let's put a whole new cheese board together with only that on it.
Okay.
The whole thing is about that. So now what are the aspects of that?
It makes me realize how much I know. I always have the right answer immediately to any business question.
I'm tuned in. I'm good with kids. Kids are smart. Kids are sharp. But what else? Are there any elements about it that it's not yet funded, it's not yet fully understood, I don't have the outline clearly done? In other words, there are aspects of that that will trip you up. But there are aspects of it that you don't trip up on at all, aren't there? And so which of all of it feels the most solid to you? What rings your bells and almost makes you breathless about it? You said part of it, but say it again in a stronger way.
It's whenever I lecture and the kids are asking me any questions on any business vertical, I have the right answer immediately.
I get so tuned in because the freshness and the fullness of who they are, that's how I want to feel. That's what it feels like to be in sync with Source. That's how Source feels about all of these aspects. You see what we're getting at? This is a powerful process that will bring you into your full readiness to receive. Those are the words, readiness to receive. You're picking something that tunes you in easily. It dials you in so that you can begin receiving on all the other things that are calling you. It's like using the easy thing as the excuse to get going. Yeah. We've said this over time in other ways, but this is where you are now. Good?
Yes. I always know that I always can get in the chair. I always get in the chair. It's never an issue. How do I bring that knowingness into other places?
All right, so what are all of the aspects of your life? Let's make a great big board. There's travel, there's going places, there's doing things, there's coming to an Abraham seminar, there's boyfriends, there's enterprises, there's businesses, there's debt, there's all these aspects. And of all of those things, you just said, I always know that I'm going to have a positive experience when I come to an Abraham seminar. Only focus on that.
Thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Because it's that feeling. It's that unequivocal feeling that I'm going to figure it out, that I'm going to say the right thing, that I'm going to bring something forward for the whole group that's going to be beneficial, that I'm going to have a good time, that I'm going to get tuned in, and that's what you want with everything. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. This has been a good day. A transformational day, a new beginning day, a pushing the reset button day, a day of realizing that there are no wrong places to be, but there are some places that feel better than others, and a realization that by focusing upon the places that feel the best, which is counterintuitive to most humans want to take the thing that doesn't feel good and give their undivided attention to that, where what your inner being wants you to do is take the thing that feels the best and use that to tune yourself to the frequency so that you can hear the dialogue and feel the impulses to help you turn the vibration of your desire into the manifested equivalent of it. That's what you're here about. If you had decided to remain non-physical, as we are focused now, you would be having a good time too. But you've decided to be here where the ideas manifest. You've decided to be here where the ideas that are born from the real life that you are living starts a vibrational momentum that, if you can catch the spirit of it, and if you can catch the tail of it, and most important, if you can be consistent in your vibration about it, then the universe will deliver to you all of the satisfying pieces. And we say satisfying, not necessary. Oh, they're necessary pieces, but it's not the necessary pieces, it's the satisfying pieces that we want you to focus upon. If you will be determined as you leave this gathering to feel more satisfaction in every day, more personal satisfaction, set yourself up for satisfaction. Don't ask for stuff you don't believe is coming. Ask for stuff you know is right here. Focus upon what's easy to feel good about and use that as the priming of the pump. And what you're going to begin to notice is that you are invincible creators who have flowing to you and through you the energy that creates worlds. And there is no limit for what you are able to do with it. Compare yourself to no others, because most of them don't know what they're doing. Make the only comparison that you are offering all day long be the one between how you feel right now and how your inner being feels. And as you feel around for those things where you are compatible, stay there and savor it, because as you find something that feels good and you focus there until that vibration is flowing through you, until the momentum begins to increase about that, what happens is you prime your pump, but you turn yourself into a vibrational frequency where all the other things will have to match up. And the only reason that hasn't been happening is because you do that and that and that and that and that and that and that. Where if you practice what works, if you practice what aligns, then everything else will come into alignment. It is our absolute promise to you. We feel such appreciation for your willingness to play, not just in this forum, but in these bodies at this time on this earth. These are the most expansive, expanding, joyful producing times that have ever been. This is the leading edge, and it's the leading edge of joy. It's the leading edge of empowerment. It's the leading edge of deliberate creation. There is great love here for you. And as always, we remain in your vortex.